Welcome to G-Fun Facts Online. Today we're tackling a huge global question. What happens when a country's best and brightest scientists pack their bags and leave? We've all heard the term brain drain. It's the migration of highly skilled people from one country to another, chasing better pay, better living conditions, and bigger opportunities. While this happens across many fields, its effect on public science, the world of universities and government research labs, has massive economic consequences. It's not just about losing a person, it's about losing a nation's investment in education, its innovative power, and a key driver of its future economic growth. But is it always a story of loss for the country left behind and pure gain for the one they join? The reality is far more complex, involving ideas like brain gain and brain circulation, where the flow of talent can actually create benefits for everyone. Today, we're unpacking the intricate economics of scientific brain drain, exploring what drives it, who it hurts, who it helps, and what can be done about it. The decision for a scientist to emigrate is never simple. It's a mix of push factors that drive them away from home and pull factors that attract them to a new country. Let's start with the push factors. For many scientists, especially in developing nations, the reasons are starkly economic. Low salaries that don't match their years of education are a major issue. This is often coupled with a severe lack of funding for research. Imagine being a brilliant mind with groundbreaking ideas but having no lab, no equipment, and no money to test them. It's incredibly frustrating. Beyond money, the work environment itself can be a powerful push. Limited career paths, a promotion system based on who you know rather than what you know, and suffocating bureaucracy can stifle even the most passionate researcher. In some places, political instability or a lack of intellectual freedom adds another layer, creating an environment where scientists feel neither valued nor secure. Now, let's look at the other side, the pull factors. Developed countries exert a powerful magnetic pull on global talent. The most obvious lure is better jobs, with much higher salaries and a superior quality of life. These nations often have a huge demand for talent in STEM fields, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, that their own education systems can't fully meet. But it's not just about the money. The chance to work at world-class universities with state-of-the-art technology is a massive draw. Being surrounded by a critical mass of other top-tier researchers creates a dynamic, competitive environment that fuels innovation and professional growth. The prestige of having a place like Harvard or MIT on your resume doesn't hurt either. Add to that, immigration policies often designed specifically to attract these highly skilled workers, and you have a very compelling package. So what are the actual economic consequences for the countries these scientists leave behind? The most direct impact is the loss of human capital. When a scientist educated at public expense leaves, the country essentially forfeits its entire investment in that person's training. For developing nations with tight budgets, this sunk cost is a significant financial drain. Think about it. A country pays to educate a doctor or an engineer for years, only to have them contribute their skills and their taxes to another, wealthier nation's economy. One study estimated that India's loss from the migration of its software professionals, many trained in publicly funded institutes, could be as high as $2 billion a year. This loss isn't just a one-time write-off. It shrinks the pool of highly skilled professionals, which can weaken the entire workforce and hinder economic development, making it even harder to retain the talent that remains. Beyond the financial loss, the brain drain has a chilling effect on innovation. Scientists are the engines of progress. Their departure can slow down a country's scientific and technological advancement, which is a critical driver of long-term economic growth. When talent leaves, research networks can collapse. Sometimes, the departure of just a few key scientists can cause an entire research department to crumble because it no longer has the critical mass of expertise to function. This has real-world consequences. For example, The exodus of doctors and medical researchers from a country can limit the growth of its healthcare industry. Nigeria, for instance, has seen so many medical professionals leave that the country now spends over $1 billion every year on medical tourism, sending its own citizens abroad for treatments because of a lack of qualified experts and infrastructure at home. On the flip side, for the countries that attract this talent, the brain drain is a massive brain gain. Immigrant scientists and engineers are a powerful engine of innovation. In the United States, a top destination for global talent, foreign-born innovators make a disproportionately huge contribution. One major study found that between 1990 and 2016, immigrants made up 16% of all U.S. inventors, but were responsible for 23% of all patents issued. Their inventions are also often of higher quality, creating a quarter of the total economic value generated by new patents. This innovative work also creates jobs. Research shows that for every foreign-born student with an advanced degree who stays to work in a STEM field in the U.S., an average of 2.62 jobs are created for American-born workers. This is because their research and development work stimulates economic activity, creating new companies and new roles. These skilled immigrants also fill critical gaps in the labor market. Many developed countries simply don't produce enough STEM graduates to meet the demands of their high-tech industries. Foreign-born workers are crucial in filling these roles, boosting the overall productivity of the workforce by bringing new ideas and perspectives. However, the story isn't a simple zero-sum game. The traditional view of one country's loss being another's gain is being challenged by more nuanced ideas like brain gain and brain circulation. The brain gain theory is fascinating. It suggests that the mere possibility of emigrating for a high-paying job can actually encourage more people in the home country to pursue higher education. So even if some of these newly educated people leave, the country might end up with a higher overall level of human capital than it would have otherwise. It's a potential blessing in disguise, though it depends on the country being able to provide jobs for those who stay. Then there's brain circulation. This describes a more fluid, two-way flow of talent. A scientist might go abroad for training or to gain experience, but they maintain strong connections to their home country and may eventually return, bringing back new knowledge, new skills, and valuable international contacts. Even those who don't return can contribute through diaspora networks, facilitating investment, sharing knowledge, and mentoring researchers back home. South Korea is a fantastic case study. After the Korean War, it experienced a massive brain drain. But as its economy boomed, the government launched proactive policies to attract its scientists and engineers back. This reverse brain drain was a key factor in transforming South Korea into the tech giant it is today. So, what can be done to manage this complex issue? For source countries, the most fundamental solution is to fix the push factors. This means creating a more attractive research environment by increasing investment in R&D, offering competitive salaries, providing stable career paths, and cutting down on bureaucracy. It also means actively engaging with their diaspora communities, their scientists abroad, and creating programs to encourage them to return or collaborate. For destination countries, there's a growing call to move beyond a purely competitive race for talent. This involves investing in research capacity, in developing nations, and promoting more ethical, sustainable international collaborations. Public-private partnerships can also play a huge role, creating more vibrant, market-oriented research ecosystems that offer attractive careers at home. In conclusion, the economics of brain drain in public science is a deeply complex feature of our globalized world. While the departure of scientists is a real loss for many nations, it's not an insurmountable problem. The modern concepts of brain gain and brain circulation show us that migration can create opportunities for knowledge transfer and collaboration. The future lies in a more strategic approach, one where source countries fix the reasons people leave and the global community works together to build a more inclusive scientific enterprise. It's about shifting from a zero-sum game to a collective endeavor, where the global flow of talent and knowledge ultimately benefits all of humanity. Thanks for tuning in to G Fun Facts Online.